Good morning, and thanks for joining our podcast. I'm David Duran, owner of Ultimate Poolscapes, and this is Alex. He is our new hire. He is in charge of our outside sales for Poolscapes, so I'll let him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about himself and where he came from, and just a little bit about him. And so, without further ado, Alex, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aleks Ramirez. Been a Waco resident for about 2.5 years now.
All right.
Originally from California, born and raised. Moved to Pflugerville, Texas for a couple years when I was a child. But for the most part, spent most of my time in LA, Los Angeles, California.
Well, that's pretty cool. Jackie and I were in LA not long ago, and we got to see a lot of things that we see on TV, kind of met a couple of folks on reality TV. So it was kind of nice being able to see what the other half looks like and how they operate and how they live their life.
Right.
The one thing I gathered, honestly, is the cost of living there is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm very thankful that we live here in Waco, Texas. So tell me a little bit more about what you've been doing for the last couple of years.
Yeah, so I would say about 5 years ago, I was still living in California. I was going to school. I went to California State University in Los Angeles. Was studying for graphic design. Unfortunately, some things happened in life. Father got sick, and I had to drop out of college, actually. And that flipped my world upside down. Went from focusing on school full-time to having to leave that and work a full-time job. Fortunately enough, I had a classmate from high school who was working at a Menzies Aviation.
Okay.
So they're a third-party company that works with Qatar Airways. And he got me a job in there, and I started off as a forklift driver. Eventually got promoted to team lead, and was basically taking care of. I was basically doing cargo management for Qatar Airways for 3 flights a day, 5 days a week. Did that for about 2 years. Decided it wasn't the route that I wanted to take in life, and essentially grabbed all my savings, all the money that I produced at that job, retired my dad. He went and returned to Mexico. He had a house over there in Jalisco. So he went back to his house, used the money to remodel the house, and he's been living there for a couple of years now. And then I came to Waco, Texas after I got in contact with my mother. I thought she was actually living in Austin because me and my mother, we would communicate, but not as often just because we were so far away from each other.
Right.
And I was focused on life and school and work and stuff. But eventually I found out that she moved over from Austin to Waco. And I was actually unaware of what Waco was. I didn't even know it was an actual city in Texas. So when she told me Waco, I actually pulled my phone up in that moment and looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's in between Dallas and Austin. She's like, yeah. Moved here, and straight away my first thought was I need to get back in school. So applied to MCC, started going to school there. And as of July of 2025, I graduated with an associate's in computer science.
Okay.
While I was working towards that associate's, I was looking for jobs in Waco. And actually, before I got into Menzies Aviation, I was heavily into sales. So I was working for Sprint. Sprint was a company that T-Mobile bought out. They're a cell phone company. I did door-to-door sales for Ready Refresh, which is a water company. They sell water to companies and consumers. And then eventually, I landed a job at AT&T, and was working there for about 2 years.
So quite interesting. Jackie and I went to get new phones, and this is where we met Alex. He was our sales consultant there. So we really hit it off, and I was talking to him and asking him, hey, what is your plans for your future? What are you going to do? Are you going to stay in that industry? And he said, well, I mean, what do you have in mind? And then, I pitched him our company, and he thought it was really exciting, and so I interviewed him, And after that, of course, he took the offer, and here he is. He started work on Monday. Jackie has him outside right now. I brought him in to cool off for a minute, but they're in one of the warehouses in the back straightening out some things, and he was working the forklift, and he said, it's been 4 years since I've worked a forklift. And I said, well, it's like riding a bike. Once you get in it and start working the levers and kind of brings all that memory back to you. So once again, thank you for joining our team. We
Absolutely.
look forward to it. We are excited to have you here. It's been probably about 6 months since we've had an outside salesperson, so we've definitely been needing one. But also wanted to point out a couple things on my last podcast that we had Grant from Lyon Financial here,
Right.
and we were talking about some of the financing and some of the things that we could do internally. So just want to kind of bring that up to you guys and let you know that we have a referral program, and in that program, if you refer someone and they sign a contract and we build them a pool, we give you $500 for the referral. And then another caveat to this is if you finance through Lyon Financial and have a contract and we build your pool, we will pay your first month's of service or your loan back. So if it's a $500 loan or an $800 loan, we'll pay that for you. So your first one is on us. So just wanted to throw that out there. It's a great tool that we have. I hope everyone takes advantage of what we're offering. So once again, Alex, thank you for being on board. Thank you for joining. I'd also like to give a shout out to all of our employees, Laura, Madi, Christian, Jose, Kenny, Orlando, Barajas, Luis, Israel, Raphael, Ricky. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Martinez. Yeah. So a big shout out to all our employees. Without them, we're nothing. So I like to end the podcast by saying our logo, our motto is you dream it, we build it.
We build it.
So thanks again and look forward to our next podcast.